So one of the things that we are able to do is something called supported employment. So then we would have a job coach that comes in, and you would provide the normal training that you would provide to all of your employees. And then they have that extra support to be there to help them really catch on to those skills that they're having trouble catching up with. So there's a lot of different ways that we can help, and that's kind of the glory of VR and pre-act services, is that it's a really a partnership to kind of see where we can step in and intervene if things aren't going quite how they need to be.
So, like, there would be, somebody that I would hire or bring in, but they would have like another person with them, like all the time, or just to make sure that they know what they're doing. I guess I'm not quite sure. Like, kind of like walk me through, like, what's that look like? So, someone comes
Yeah,
in and they need a little help. So, how long is that other person with them, or is it depends?
it absolutely depends. It depends on the needs of your business, and it depends on the needs of that employee. So there are some that they could have 100% support to start, and then we kind of taper that down as they become more and more independent in their job duties. Uh, it it could be that they catch on really quickly, and then they don't really need that job support anymore. And the that's the other thing with VR, that if we're all working together, excuse me, if we're all working together and you find that something comes up, that something's not working out anymore, we could
Mhm.
always come back in and address that issue. And we find so many times that it's usually just a quick pop in, correct that one problem, and then we're back out again and things are going really well. So it's really individualized, which is, I mean, that's the beauty of the whole thing.
Hey Paul, thanks so much for taking the time to meet with me again this week. I know you're super busy, so I really appreciate you for making the time to meet with me. And I just wanted to, just kind of summarize and then go over the new stuff, this new information this week. So the last time I talked to you, you were needed someone kind of more in the back of the house with more like the food prep and the breakfast. Is that still accurate?
Yeah, I really need somebody to help with food prep, in the morning and into lunch.
Mhm. Okay. Can you tell me about the specific tasks, what the actual food prep looks like?
Yeah, so they would be need somebody to help with like cutting vegetables and getting the sandwiches together. We have some like pre-made sandwiches that we sell, but then also just the ingredients for making the sandwiches, getting those prepped and ready to bring out. And yeah, and just helping stocking shelves and that kind of thing.
Okay. So it sounds like maybe potentially like cutting up some food and veggies and then the pre-made sandwiches and stocking the shelves.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Just need some help with that.
Okay. So VR, we have two types of job opportunities that we do. We have on-the-job training and work experience. So the work experience is kind of what we talked about last week with you would interview the student, I mean youth worker, and if they have do well in the interview, we would bring them on, and then we could provide the training because I know you said you're super busy and don't really have the time to train. So we could provide the training, of course, with whatever guidelines you would like to see. Um, sorry, yep, that's that one. And then as far as time period, it kind of just it varies. They're usually I would say 6 to 8 weeks. But it depends for sure. And then we would like to for you to fill out a weekly feedback report, just how the student is doing. Um, Youth worker. I'll let you remember
So another way to, so as you're hearing those concerns, he was saying that in the back of the house, food prep is a big
that.
deal in a sandwich shop. And so what would the person do you would say to Paul, what exactly are they doing? Okay, this is, you guys, you got to keep, instead of generality, what characteristics, we already know what every employer wants is dependability, reliability, they get along with others. We know that. So you go right to the tasks. So what exactly is the food prep in the back? Are they cutting up things? What does that look like? And then the employer would say, okay, yes, all the sandwich, lettuce, tomatoes, onion, peppers, right? They have to be able to do that. They have to be able to chop those things and put them in the containers, store them in the refrigerator. And so that it's all done by 7:30 a.m. So then in your head, you're thinking, what person can safely use a knife? What person likes mornings? What person likes to keep his or her person clean as well as another environment? So that you're thinking, you see what I'm saying? You're building a match in your head. Who likes mornings? Likes, you hear my terminology, likes, because with students we're doing, what do they like, what are their preferences, right? What are their natural inclinations?